I would rather be seen as the weak president than to split the ANC.
Many months later.
Well, I think President Ramaphosa has been a very weak president for the ANC. He's not been able first to control his own party.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to another epic episode. Welcome to Newsology, a political channel that talks about politics. So there's something very interesting I want us to talk about today. I want to talk about the challenges of the GNU, and that the GNU is being forced, thoroughly forced. It is not make sure. It is not working at all. The GNU is a disaster. The GNU is a disaster. It is not working. This is a forced partnership. This is a forced relationship that is giving bad results.
Where is the DA on Comma 5? The DA has sent a letter to the president accepting Comma 5 in exchange for things which are outside the budget, like the Expropriation Act and so on and so on. Why am I making this statement, Chair? Is that we are more than happy to interact with Parliament and discuss the modalities if there are any changes in the budget, and that those changes be confined to a debate about the budget. We accept that the Parliament has got authority to amend the budget, but we would plead that the matters be focused on how to make this budget efficient. And in this regard, we're approaching this thing with an open mind, and we'll accept your guidance in this regard.
So the DA, we all thought that the DA was in it just to protect the country and to stop the ANC of doing VAT increase, because they are just conscious, and they want to help the poor of the country, to say that no, but this will affect a lot of people. It will affect the status quo of the country. Then the ANC needs to be stopped in creating this misunderstanding of increasing the VAT. But only to find out that the DA has no intentions in terms of thinking about the poor, whether they benefit or not, or what happened to them. They care less about that. That is the DA. The DA has come and sabotaged the ANC. And what they want, it was very, very shocking.
When the Democratic Alliance entered this government of national unity, we made it clear that in everything that we do, we will ask ourselves whether this will grow the economy and create jobs. Now, the budget that was firstly proposed by Minister Godongwana, which he would have delivered on the 19th of February, had a 2% VAT increase in it. And there were not any growth measures in it. It's easy to say growth, but you've got to show how you're going to do that. And that budget lacked that. That budget wasn't proposed. Then on the 12th of March, we had another budget where the 0.5% VAT was in, and again, no real consequent growth measures. So the Democratic Alliance, being the second largest partner within the government of national unity, drafted a document, a working document, which we then presented to the ANC. That was presented to the ANC 14 days ago already. 2 days ago, the ANC came back to the DA and bluntly rejected all the proposals. I'm going to repeat that. They bluntly rejected all the DA's proposals and simply expected the DA to go along with their budget, because we are a partner in that coalition. And we made it very clear that that is a coalition, and we should see to it that it does not become a coalition. It should not be two big elephant bulls running and bumping heads with each other. And that is what it is going to be if they expect us just to accept their budget. We cannot support a budget where we were ignored and where we did not have the opportunity to be listened to when it comes to the information in that specific budget. So 2 days ago, they rejected it, and we made it very clear that we will not support a budget that we did not form part of. The ANC also threatened and said that they will get people or parties from outside of the Government of National Unity to support the budget, parties like the EFF, etc. And we made it clear. If you are going to get parties outside of the Government of National Unity to support your budget, then you must please go and govern with those parties. We will not form part of a Government of National Unity where we did not support the budget. The budget is at the essence of what we are doing in a government. And if the ANC is going to sideline us and make use of other parties, then we challenge them to go and govern with those parties.
Because they say that no, the problem, they want the ANC to amend their standing on the Bill Act, on the expropriation, and on the NHI. They are pushing the ANC, and they say that if the ANC can agree to change their position on these policies, then they will agree to the 0.5 VAT increase. What is that? So can you say that now the DA has the poor in heart? The DA has South Africans in heart? No. The DA is only there as an agent, a middleman, to serve politics and business, the private sector. They are only there for capital. They are only there to control the ANC and just to bulldoze the President Cyril Ramaphosa, because they know that Ramaphosa is in that seat because of them. And if now Ramaphosa sabotages them, Hellen Zille will deal with him. Do you remember what Hellen Zille said here?
He can do that and ignore the consequences, but he can't fire a DA minister without bringing down the government. And that is our power.
And most of the business leaders really wanted us to do one thing, and that is to prop up Cyril Ramaphosa and protect him from the EFF. That's what they wanted us to do.
So now, the problem about the ANC is that as more they give this airtime, this leverage to the DA to control them and to tell them what to do, it's more the ANC, when it comes to their voters, it declines. When it comes to supporters of the ANC, it declines, because it shows that it is not the ANC that has power and authority, but it is leaking weakness. To say that, how is it that the ANC will be controlled by a person who is not even the president, the worst part, who is part of the opposition political party, which is the Democratic Alliance? How is it that that leader of that party will come here and control our president? And now the ANC will not have any decision to make boldly for them to move forward and to deal with the DA. So they are giving the DA powers to control them. And to their voters now, and to even those who didn't vote for the ANC, it's when now the ANC appears pretty much to be in the weakest form. This is the weakest form of the ANC since the dawn of democracy. So the biggest challenge that the ANC is that their electorate will just decline massively. And the only way now for the GNU to continue, this is what we South Africans must just accept, that a business will always put their fingers and their hands in our politics and to control them forever. The GNU will continue, the coalitions will continue for 2026, 2029 and going beyond. It's the reality we will need to accept, and the outcome and the expression of what people will vote for will not be the outcome of what the IEC will adopt truthfully, honestly and fair. Votes will be cooked again to keep the GNU alive. Vote rigging will happen again, because the IEC has done it before, it will do it again, because the DA is in charge. This is why you'll hear the likes of Jacob Zuma he's very, very much concerned about the IEC and what they've done in the time past in rigging the votes.
Igebengu zokuqala zokugcina akuzigebengu ukufa. Bengihlangene nabameli sixoxa lo daba ukuthi manje sesiye enkantolo. Into esibuzayo ukuthi nikuthole konke nani kudingayo. Utholakala ukuthi ke kunezinto abangafuni ukusinika zona ezobufakazi zokuthi basiropa. Ngicele abameli ke ukuthi abacelele izinto esifunayo bayicela ukugcina manje ngoba abantu abangeke basinike basho nje kodwa inkampani le eyafunga ukuthi yomela iqiniso.
Because if they've done it before, they will do it again. And whether you and I will like it, the DA is now in charge. The DA, you can say what you want to say, it is clear. The DA stopped the ANC from announcing the VAT increase. The DA challenged the ANC, even using courts about the Bela X, the NHI. The DA reported the ANC to the USA, right? Remember that after the Afro Forum went there, the DA also went there privately, and they were accepted to represent South Africa. So the DA has taken over what we called the ruling party. And the likes of our Fikile Mbalula, they understand this, but they are powerless because as long as they keep their president, the DA will have a foothold to control their president. It's such a pity. And that DA does not care about the people in South Africa. They only care to protect their own skin and to protect their own businesses. That is the DA for you. So that's why this other time I made a video that a black person who votes for the DA, something is wrong here mentally. Because the DA does not represent anyone except business and white monopoly capital. That is the reality that we are facing about the hypocrisy of that political party called the DA. This is where we end, and please subscribe to this channel, and you can like this video, and you can comment on the section below until we meet on another video, and I'm out.